Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, and I have here a Renault Traffic. Well, actually this one is a Vauxhall Vivaro variant. So we're going to get inside and have a look at it. Okay, so I've just ran a scan for this vehicle. I'm using my new scan tool here. This is the X431 Euro from Launch. We have got fault in the urea dosing module, which is 32002A. That's for the downstream NOx. And then we have fault here for particle filter clogged, 200292, and then we have a 226322 boost pressure too high, preheating fault, inlet air circuit at maximum, and particle filter again outside tolerances. So if we go into live data, we're gonna have a look. We'll have a look first at the boost issue, or we'll have a look at the air issue, sorry. We'll have a look at airflow. Okay, we've got a few items here ticked off. Inlet air temperature 25 degrees, manifold air temperature is 20 degrees. So engine off now, we have temperature there increasing on that. Boost pressure is reading atmospheric pressure. Upstream pressure is slightly high. That is the upstream pressure sensor. Inlet air temperature there. So the first one I'm going to concentrate on is the upstream of the turbine. We're going to have a look at that and the map sensor. So I think it's likely both of these sensors are going to need to be replaced. So you can see if we disconnect that sensor, it goes back to atmospheric pressure, which is 1002. That goes back to the reading from that. So what I'm going to do is plug a different sensor in. Okay, so if we click this one in, drops to 1001. So if we pull out the old sensor there, you can see it's got corrosion on it, but it's semi-locked up as well. So now what we're going to do is test the pressure in that pipe down there to see if it's blocked. And we can see there on the gauge that it certainly is. Now, if you've seen my channel before, what we use in here is a cable on a drill, and that goes down into that pipe. We just basically cut through the carbon, so the pressure can actually come back through the pipe, and we can actually get a reading from it. That's correct. So now I've just put a little bit of DPF cleaner down the tube, and we're just trying to see if we can push that through. We have went down with a drill, but there still seems to be a blockage, so we're going to have to try that again. Trying to soften her up with some fluid first, and then we'll give it another go on the drill. Probably get a pop off now soon when we put enough pressure in there. There we go. Okay, so a few more rounds on that, and we have now cleared that through. I've now got black fingers, and we've taken most of the soot out with that cable there. So if we have a look around the bonnet of this van, there's a lot of black soot, which is signs of maybe a leak somewhere. But it is quite common for people to leave these loose after they've topped up oil or whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is verify that we haven't got any boost leaks. So we're putting a smoke test. This is going to put pressurized smoke through the intake. If we've got a leak, we should see some leaking smoke, either from, most commonly around here, or the intercooler itself down here could be split. It looks quite dry. So yes, we have got a leak here. It is from this plastic pipe. It's actually split. There's actually quite a big split there. You can see I can push my finger through this plastic pipe. Okay, so now we've refitted the upstream pressure sensor. Okay, so we've determined why we have a boost pressure issue. Obviously we've got a leak there. We were looking at numbers on the sensors. It's very common for the map sensor to go faulty on these, as well as the mass airflow sensor. Slight discrepancy in the temperature readings between the inlet air temperature and the manifold pressure temperature readings. So we'll have a look at that at a later time, but the boost pipe, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do on this video because it's a Vauxhall only part and it needs to be ordered. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do whatever we can. We've done the upstream pipe, we're going to clean out the DPF, we're going to change the glow plugs, and we're going to change the NOx sensor. If need be, we will maybe change the map sensor and airflow sensor, but we'll look at that when we get to it. Okay, so I'm going to open the oxygen sensor and we'll connect our DPF cleaning fluid in through there. Okay, so we've got another Launch product here. This is the DPF cleaning fluid and the Launch DPF gun that is connected to the van here. I've got it onto a compressor in the van. So I've just had a little bit of a shift around with a lot of stuff in my van. I've still got my mobile compressor, but we're using this one for most of the jobs now. So over here I've got the switches for the compressor. We can turn the compressor on, turn the inverter on, and that of course turns the compressor on. And we're just going to hold the revs up. Huh? Okay, so I've turned the engine back off. What we're going to do now is change the glow plugs, and then we'll have a look at the DPF. After we've done the glow plugs, we'll have a little test drive and see what the condition of the DPF is now that the fluid's gone in. So that's glow plug number 1, and now we're just taking out number 2. Okay, that's the 4 old ones out, and we got 4 new ones here. What I do is I actually use my phone to guide me down to the holes there where they are, because from where you angle, this is where I can see. This is all I can see from up here. You can't actually see down there, but when you get your phone down you can actually see where you're going. Down there. Okay, that's the new glow plugs in. Okay, testing the injectors. You can see number 1 is dead. The other 3 are working, but we just replaced them in a set anyway. Okay, so that upstream pressure sensor, we're going to change that again because the one that's reading 1001 is obviously below. Okay, so we have the particle filter now we're looking at, which is 31 millibars of pressure there, or 0.031 bar, 31 millibars, 62 grams of soot. So we're going to hold the revs up now, see if we can get that down. So we have put the cleaning fluid in, we just need to give it a few minutes now to do its job. So that is coming down there. We're now at 45 grams. Okay, so we've got a warning back up now. We have cleared the fault codes, but that's popped back up. We are now down to 5 grams of soot. It's still coming down. Okay, we've come down to 2 millibars of pressure and 2 grams of soot. So now we're just going to read what fault codes have come back. So that's the inlet air circuit again, because we've got that leak. Okay, so next we have to deal with is this downstream NOx sensor fault here. Okay, so we've got a new sensor here. Just under the van, we're loosening off the old NOx sensor right here. And then just over here you have the control unit for it. So we're going to get that removed as well. So here we have voltage at the plug for the NOx sensor. Then we can also see that we're getting a good signal as well. Okay, so we know we've got power supply there. We know we've got a negative down there. So we've taken out this now, and we've got a brand new one here to fit. I have already had this in the van. You see, I've got it marked there. Okay, so we've now broken the seal on that, and we'll get it fitted. That is the numbers from it. There we have it. New sensor is all fitted in. So like I said, the control box is just over there. Okay, so most of the stuff has been done on this. We've done the NOx sensor, we've done the glow plugs, we've done the upstream pipe, we've cleaned the DPF. Was there anything else? I think that was it. So we don't actually need we're not going to replace no map sensors or airflow sensors until we get that pipe sorted out. But what the customer's saying is he's now ordered the pipe from a Vauxhall dealer near him. Once he goes back, he's going to get his usual mechanic to do that. His normal mechanic did look at his fan and he said he wasn't interested in doing it because he didn't know basically what he should be doing or not. He was told it just needs a DPF clean. Obviously that's never really the case. Okay, so see you on the next video.